22.
Day 22. well, day one of the fair is for 2024 is tomorrow. Well, I guess you take one day off. It's Monday, right? Monday starts the next month. Let's see. We are going to talk a little bit about what's happened this week and what's been going on and what's going on tonight. And maybe even take a phone call or so if we're connected over there, Steve. All right, the number is 270-945-3418, I believe. I got to go look at it. I probably got that wrong. Hold on a second. Let me do a phone. Make sure I'm connected. All right. I wasn't connected, so we're gonna get that going. It's all my fault, guys. All my fault. I know he has nothing else to do but to sit here and wait for us to talk.
That was mosquito sprayers or what
Mosquito
that was.
Oh, yeah. Out here, that's what they are.
That's right.
Oh, you don't have to worry about mosquitoes in the stands down here during truck pull. All right. Well, Steve, I couldn't connect. I don't know what's going on with it. Can you give me push the button to connect me? All right. Let's get going here.
I said, not yet. The flyover last night we had was phenomenal. I think it was the last night for the helicopter.
Yeah, what was and what was that group? Was it the 229th? Is that what it was?
Something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Where's Troy? Troy knows what it is.
They were out here, obviously on full display. So if you went over to look at it, they showed you everything in the helicopter except for
and those guys love to show off their helicopter.
Oh, they did?
I mean, it was they couldn't wait. I mean, those guys eat and breathe and love that stuff. So
when you were down there on the ground, David, when they went down, they came in nice and slow, and then they did this little thing where they go like this, and then they turned the helicopter around, and it looks like it was about to crash, come in on you, and they just hot took off from there. What did you think?
See, they were here Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Wednesday, when they left for Kids Day, they went out and flew over the kids really high, and everybody, they were hanging out, waving at all the kids at the athletic events. And then last Thursday night, they came, and when they flew over, they circled, and they stayed really high on that one, and everybody kind of cheered. We kind of told them. So last night, we worked with the captain, and we were talking about it. We said, man, a flyover right when they're singing the national anthem would be great. I didn't mean quite as low as they came in because they dusted it pretty good.
They did.
But it was such a. I mean, she was right. Just made them 3 foot wide. That didn't mess them up. So, but it was great. People have come up and said, "I've never seen something like that." They were really. Everybody was just excited about it, and they did do 2 passes that were really good. I mean, it really worked out real well.
It was very, very cool. And those guys were all waving and getting the crowd up, and it was awesome to see. And it's so cool to have Fort Knox come in and partner with the fair and bring in the chopper and a lot of soldiers have been around here today. And I've talked to several people who have come here through Fort Knox today and yesterday. Which is a very cool thing. It's they see an opportunity for the fair to get out in the community. A lot of these guys are just gotten here, and this is a good place to go to kind of like see and get a feel for Meade County and who we are.
My wife sits in the window 98% of the time, and it was amazing how many people came up to the window and said, "This is our first fair." And we tried our best. It was Fort Knox, it was Nucor, it was SMS, it was Levy, multiple companies that are here that these folks would come out, and they just like we discussed earlier, they couldn't believe that you could do everything here for one pay of $12.
I know.
It's I was talking about that before we started the show.
I was working, I pulled dual duty at the fair sometimes, and because we work the gates with Journey, because that's my church. And so this morning I had a gentleman come up, and they were like just in awe that $12 got them in, got rides, and they were expecting to, pay $12 to get in, and then $20 to ride rides, or to get a pass for the rides. And I said, no, it's all included. And he was like, no way.
That's what our promoter, our carnival, they don't like it much anymore. Their family was actually the one who actually took that on, and it actually really was kind of a tough thing for us. And the fact he'd like to change that. We've gotten so accustomed to that now that it really makes it a little more difficult if you try to switch that to some other pay. That pay one price is by far the best family deal you can offer. It may still be harder for some families to do it, but you can't go do anything for $12 a person for multiple hours.
You could, if you did, you can barely go to a movie. No, and if you went to a movie, you couldn't for $12. You couldn't buy the movie and a drink and a popcorn. And
that's right.
I mean,
So I will tell you, I had a good fair experience and I had a bad fair experience.
Okay.
So I was out there and I did not realize that there's a VIP pass, and you can cut the line if you got the VIP pass and go straight to the front. And I was like, what? But then I had a bad experience because I used my $12 ticket. I thought I was in line. It was a real short line. I'm bending over because the baby's crying. I look back up, and there's 40 kids that jumped in the line because there was somebody holding the line. Now, I looked at them and I said, y'all were not here before. You need to leave. And then they looked at me and they said, well, we'll just move in front of our friends then if you didn't like it. And I was like,
The biggest issue is we have very little jurisdiction across on the carnival. The VIP experience was brand new last year, first time.
Yep.
And that costs $20 a day extra on top of your $12. We have discussed that with them, and it's based on the seating capacity of the ride. If it's a 30-seat deal where you spin around, then they let a fourth of the people that rode that time get off, can get back on. If it's an 8-seat, then you only have one ride, one seat. But unfortunately, it makes the other lines stay long. And
it was a bunch of teenagers.
Oh, yeah.
But at the end of the day, Liam looks up at me after we waited for 30 minutes. He says, I don't really want to ride this. And I'm like, are you kidding me? And I'm like, ugh. But on the money thing, I had this thought when I was driving in today, and I just wanted to basically, the economy sucks right now. And but it hasn't had an impact on the participation in the county fair. Have you? I mean, that I've seen in population. Have you seen the impacts of that on the fair this year?
Well, the one thing that I want to applaud my board about was we made a decision, and with the Kissel family, we weren't going to raise our price this year. Really, we probably should have, to be honest with you, to kind of keep up with cost. But we said, let's stay at 12, even though the median income from Meade County jumped about $20,000 on some of the increase in jobs that are here local. That's not the state as a whole, but right here locally, it had gone up.
But that's not every job either.
No, and we saw a lot of that, but we want that, like we've always said, make the fair a family affair at an affordable price.
And I think you guys have done a remarkable job over the years. But until we started talking to you about this, I didn't realize about what was going into those dollars. And you can kind of get into, thinking, hey, is that maybe that's $12 is a lot of money. Well, when you think about it, it's really not. It's and to understand that there's a lot of costs that go into the fair. There's a lot of things that you all have to provide. We were talking this morning about, lining the track and just having, things like flour available. Making sure that workers have water and that there's the animal the barns are kept up well and just I can't even think of all the things, but it's a ton of things that goes into this fair that costs money that people don't see.
We're a 1-week business that lasts 12 months a year.
Yeah.
Everything coordinated.
So
the truck pool was pretty cool today.
Yeah.
The kids went went out and did the electric car truck.
Oh, did they?
Now, I did not realize how much went into these cars, but now that I got a taste of it, it's like going to Pine Car Derby with Scouts. Now I want to go build one of these things with the kids and get them ready to go for next year.
Most of them don't bring their Barbie dream car out there and pull.
The Barbie dream car took it down. That Barbie dream car took some boys' money right there.
Yeah,
I'd say it's not factory.
It's not factory. No, there's you need to go talk to Greg Shoulders. He'll hook you up with the motors and gears and things that you need.
I want to thank Greg Shoulders because he's the one that worked that event today. Him and his daughter, and his daughter wrangled in the Miss Meade County who took pictures with all the winners today. It was just absolutely lovely.
Brooklyn Manley's, that's our queen, and she's been here. Mattingly, yes, and she's been here and been at every event, and she's really worked hard. I mean, this morning started off with the Pet and Dog Show. Had a big turnout for that. They even brought a snake in here that I had as a pet, so had a pig on a leash. So it's worth just seeing all that, and we had a great turnout. But the thing that followed it is our pedipool.
Yeah.
And
yes.
I'm telling you, that barn was packed. We had 2 sets of bleachers, needed 4.
The wrestling club was very busy with lunch.
They were doing that, and that's the whole key with the crowd was here. The baby contest was going on in the community building, standing room only in there. So, our Saturday morning, and I tease about this. The older fair board that was before us really was. They were smarter than we are because Friday and Saturday night was an English horse show and a beauty contest. So they could sit there and watch that and not worry about a thing. We flipped the switch, and now our Saturday is probably from start to finish the busiest day of the week.
Oh, we got here around. We were supposed to be here at 7:30, but as you know, I didn't get here till about 8:05, 8:10. Come on, there wasn't much going on at my gate, so. Where I was supposed to work, but we did go out in front and help out front for a little while. But it was and you guys are already here. Your team is already here. And the last night didn't end until probably midnight or after, right? What time did y'all finish last night?
I think I got home at 2:00.
Yeah. And that's kind of a normal for a truck pull night.
If we get home at midnight, we celebrate.
Oh, yeah, that's not happening. But 7:00, the truck pull starts at 7.
Correct.
And runs until all the classes are complete. And there's a lot of hardware out back.
It looks like you got a lot more entries this year than last year.
It was very close. Probably we've had 4 semi loads come in today. When we had when we base it on hooks. When we call hooks, that's how many times they back into the sled. Last night we had 58 hooks.
Wow.
And we did that in 4 hours. I mean, that's when you divide that out, that's probably about 7 minutes a hook, and that's pretty fast.
We got a heck of a pit crew.
That's what I was telling Steve. What I was saying earlier, we were talking about the sound. I was like, well, every 4 minutes or so, you're getting one, right? And
now we know it's 7 minutes.
7 minutes. So yeah, you can set your watch by it for the most part.
It's been, and that's the thing about it. People don't realize the number of volunteers that show up every day, and that's one of the things that I brag on the most is, each event is like a clockwork. We just have to provide the facility, and those people swoop in, do their job, and then they swoop back out to take care of things. And we're just excited to help anybody with any of that. And it's just, and one of the things that's really pleased to me is moving forward is the young people that are getting involved. And to me, I was afraid we were going to wear the older ones out too much, and you need that new growth on the vine. And we've got that even with the truck and tractor pull. We've got several younger ones that are helping out, and still some of those older, experienced folks that are there to make it better for them, to be able to advise them on how to do it. This is the way it's worked in the past. That doesn't mean a change isn't something great, but if it's not broken, you don't have to fix it unless you want to. But it's amazing what we get from the volunteers all and through those food booths that come every day. I'll talk about a Gordon Food Service this year. They actually stepped up, brought a trailer. They provided the deliveries for the food for the booths. We had a couple of hiccups, but I'm going to tell you what I want to brag about them is they worked with us to correct them. You know,
Yeah.
We had a meeting yesterday morning. Sarah Fackler is our fair booth, our food booth chairperson. Kind of, she oversees all those booths. And I went in there and I said, Sarah, I'm going to be the bad guy. You're going to have to fix it. And and from start to finish, it was a different story. When I came in, I said, look, it's Friday of the fair. We got 1,000 things to get done, and I'm sitting in here talking to you all about what it takes to make this straighten up. It was fixed in 15 minutes, and it's been great. We're wanting to do a 5-year contract now with them, and hopefully it was just the first year bugs you had to work out. There's always
there's always. Because I saw the truck out back. As a matter of fact, somebody came in this morning and fueled that up to make sure that there was fuel in it for the refrigeration.
Midway Petroleum's Corey Redden is taking that on. We've got tanks from him. We've always had to worry about getting somebody to bring fuel, bring gas. So we were able to get him.
But it's just one more person that's working to help make the fair happen.
The good thing is every dollar spent turns over 7 more times. So we've never done that economic development, economical impact study for the county on the fair. We started talking about it the other night, just trying to jot down some numbers, and it just was swelling so fast. We kind of lost our vision. How do we do that? So it makes it a lot different for us how we can make that continue to be a positive. I mean, Timmy Barr, Kissel always sent them stuff. So I just, and again, before I forget it while we're here, I want all of you two especially, what y'all done for doing the fair, this podcast, and me coming out and doing a preview show and last year's shows. I mean, I've enjoyed every minute of it. I think
us too.
The next thing I'd like to do, if we can get away with it, is try to get a camera on the stuff that's going on out there, and then we can flash to and back and forth it throughout the evening, so people, because I got so many comments throughout the week that, thanks for bringing this to us because we're out of town, or something like that, and keeping us up to date on it. So we've had a lot of good feedback, and it's only going to get better with time. It's and we keep learning something new every year, and obviously the equipment keeps getting better. So
we tell people we'll live stream outside of 60 miles or 100 miles. So those locals still need to come here.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
It's too easy to watch the fair from home in the air conditioning.
We have to have the blackout zone.
I should say you broadcast over 5 miles as long as you've got your windows open.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's the reminder that we want everybody to know that we're here. So
that's right. But yeah, we had somebody from Oklahoma that chimed in and said, thanks for bringing hometown back to us. We're out of town or something like that. It was pretty cool. So.
I think Mark talked about one of his friends, and we've seen it on our website from Florida. And he said it almost is emotional. He said that I miss it, but I know I can't get there for it. But it just helps it. He always asks, live stream some more that we can see it. So we try to do that live stream on the prayer, and we try to do the live stream on that.
And your daughter helps you with that.
Yes, she does. And the other thing of that was, again, that flyover might have been one of the best things that I think we ever did.
There it is.
So.
Oh, my mic's been dead the whole time. That's good. Thanks for the chat. Appreciate it. I fixed it.
Kathy just texted me and said, "We can't hear Steve."
I'm in.
I said, "Well, so it's just Mark and Dave now,
yeah,
right?" Mark and
you're
Dave,
good.
So.
We're in.
There's people who would have paid for that, wouldn't they?
Yeah,
I know
right,
it. That's funny. You guys are cracking me up.
I want to see if somebody wants to call in and say hi here after you're finished up here. So, but it is. It's. I talked to my buddy down in Florida, and he loves seeing this stuff. Right. He also watches tunes in on our regular schedule because he gets a little taste of home there too. Because on our regular podcast, we're not just talking about politics and stuff. We're trying to teach. We're trying to let people see what's going on in the community, and so we talk to the Chamber of Commerce. We talk to you, not just we talk to you in about every role that you have, I think. But we bring the mayor on. We talk about what's going on there, and sometimes that's politics, and sometimes that's just what's going on in Brandenburg. What's going on, and seeing the growth and things like that. And I get sometimes that's political, but
just the facts,
in reality,
man. Just the facts.
Like, hey, you're gonna if you are from here and you came back to Brandenburg, you would at least know, hey, there's new sidewalks downtown. hey, I want to go see that. What's downtown look like now, right?
And
Things
that
like
they're about to serve lunches at the senior center now, back
Yeah.
again, Monday through Thursday.
We still want to do one from our new office. We want you to
Yeah.
come
Oh,
over
yeah.
and do a setup, and that way do an economic development updates for you. And
I
just
just
gotta get some things.
Wanted
so.
to tell you too that I paid my membership. I got my reminder email. I was like, "Oh yeah, that's due." Anyway, for the
yeah.
Meade County Chamber of Commerce is a great way to get networked for your local business. If you're not part of the Meade County Chamber of Commerce and you're a small business trying to find your mark in Brandenburg, then I highly recommend you go to their website at Meade County Chamber of Commerce. .com, I think it is, and then just go in there. They've got everything online. You can pay your membership and come out to the lunches because they're a fabulous chance to meet a lot of the senior chamber members, all the way down to the small businesses, just like mine with less than 5 employees, and everybody's the same level.
There's a lot of programs there and things to help a new business or
Get on
if
your
you're-
feet.
or if you're just interested in starting a business. There's people there that will help you
Absolutely.
understand what it takes and help guide you through different processes and
They really want you to
things.
succeed.
That's right.
I had a gentleman that told me, he said, I took a leap of faith to quit a very good job because I wanted to do my own thing. And he said, I made my living being a member of the Chamber of Commerce. He said, I wasn't looking for great big company contracts, things like that. I wanted those contacts that I made every day at those chamber
meetings.
lunches.
That's right.
And he said, those folks have made my living for me. He
That's
said,
right.
those are the relationships, and Mark knows our luncheons are not huge. I mean, Hardin County Chamber is 350 people. We've attended some of those. We have 60 to 70, but that's us, and we all know each other, and that's really
That's
a
right.
good thing.
But it's really we can attest to the same thing. We took Kathy's hobby of embroidery and doing embroidery and such, and because we started going to the chamber, we started getting connections and business, and it grew and grew and grew. We didn't advertise one lick until more recently when we
got
had a
on
little bit
post.
more, and we're on post, and we do a little bit around the fair here, but that's more about just trying to be part of the fair,
Yeah.
and such. But it's
But I think that's part of being a
That's-
business, though, is your business is part of the community. So anything you get a chance to give back and help the community too. So I know Troy took advantage of me. He's got me wrangled into the Animal Control Advisory Board, but I'm glad to be there. It's a definitely a need for the county. But anyway,
We do have 2 folks coming from the Garrison Command from Fort Knox tonight that are new change of command. So every year we have those invited. So hopefully they take
Which
advantage
two?
of that. I don't know exactly yet.
Okay.
John Campbell has it set up to bring them, and that way we usually bring them in. We take them to the pit house so they can try some fried bologna, things like that, and then go around. And the others, their kids get to go ride rides. I mean, we try to make it where it's a fun event for them.
very good.
They'd love to come.
I'll
We've
say-
done
I'll
that
say-
for 10 years or longer. So.
I drug Steve back to the pit house on Tuesday.
Oh, did you?
That's pretty cool back there. Yeah.
Hey, those pullers think that's the greatest thing in the world. We've actually won the award for the NTBA Pool of the Year a few times. We know that
It's
place
because
has a lot to do with it.
It's a nice pit house for those guys.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it's not open to to everybody. It's for the poolers. It's for the people who are coming in and putting on a show for us. And it's just one way that the fair pays back to them and helps get them through, because they're once they're in here, they're pretty much in here, and
we don't want it to be an attack against our food booths. And that's why we realize
it's not.
Those guys are busy.
They're in give us food.
Yeah, they're in the pits. They're busy with a chance to get your belly full and get back to the grind. I mean, it's a lot of work to be in a pit. I mean, I used to do a lot of the NASCAR and the NHRA shows, and those guys are, man, they're going 100 miles an hour. They don't just sit back and relax.
I told them, I said, there's not a single shade tree back there
we have a
either.
call.
So
No. Who's calling in? Let's see.
this would be. Hi,
You're live.
you're live. Can you hear us?
I'm getting nothing on the
Hold
phone.
on. Let's see here. It says we're connected.
David Benham on the phone.
Greg Ben, or it's actually Scott Benham.
There you go. Scott, talk to us.
Hey, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, we can hear you, Scott.
Hey, hello.
You come in a little broken. Try
Yeah,
it
a little
again.
broken up. Try it again.
There you go. Can you hear me out?
I can hear you now,
No,
Scott.
Yeah. Oh, we're losing you. Is there? Here, put the phone closer to the.
Okay. I'll
See
try
if
that.
See if it's the Bluetooth. That's.
No, the Bluetooth is good.
Now I'm just wondering if the signal was.
All right. Nope. Scott, can you still hear us? Or Greg?
I can hear you guys just fine.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, we're just having a little trouble hearing you.
Just come in at us and we'll try to make it out. Go ahead.
Hey, I was just saying, hey, from West Palm Beach, Florida, the Meade County Fair.
West Palm Beach, Florida. Greg's calling in from West Palm Beach, Florida, and watching us on the county fair. What do you think about the show this week?
Yeah, it's been fantastic, really. I really enjoyed it. Lamar told me that he was going to do the show today. I was really thrilled. It's real touch the phone for 1,000 miles away.
Well, that's great. So, what do you think is the biggest part of the fair that you're missing from not being here?
Man, I can taste the corn dog right now. Sandwich for the Cattlemen's Association. It's all good. I was born and raised in Meade County. I hope the people there realize this, and I'm sure that this county fair is the speaker base and terrible staff. They always do a fantastic job every year. And it's really a local trade.
Yeah, I will tell you that it does feel like home, and it feels like a local taste when you're hanging around here, trying to make it out as best we can on a cell phone. You know, the fairgrounds needs a cell tower down here. We've
got one across the street.
Yeah, I know. We get you, Greg. It's coming in like one of those echoey things because of the probably the cell coverage down here, but it's not your problem. But I think we made it out to sound like it's like your local fanfare. Do you get that down in Florida?
We have a big South Florida fair, but it certainly doesn't have that charm like a local county fair.
So it's not the same as the hometown Meade County Fair, is it?
No, not at all, not at all.
Well,
no truck or tractor pull?
Say that again, Gregory.
I would say it's very New York down here in South Florida.
It's very New York down here in South Florida. Okay.
So no truck or tractor pull, but you know.
Right, exactly.
Well, what do you want the people of Meade County to know about Meade County Fair, even though you're way down in Florida, that they should be out here tonight? It's the last night of the fair.
Take advantage of it. Such a great community effort. A lot of hard work from the fair board and all the volunteers goes into it every week. It's a great time. It's a great family time. And again, I hope people are there to realize that what a true gem that is South Fair is.
We do have a true gem, that's for sure.
That's it. Absolutely.
And I think that comes to the Fair Board President, David Pace, and I know we're blessed to have him on the call. You got any words for him?
I'm sure Mr. Pace doesn't remember me, but I used to work at the local radio station, WMMD, years ago. And we would broadcast from the fair every day.
I do remember you very well.
Mr. Pace several times.
Yeah. Well, I want to say thanks for calling in. I appreciate the feedback. I'm sure our citizens do too, because this is the little gem in the state of Kentucky for sure.
All right, miss you guys, and miss the southern accents as well.
Yeah. All right, bud. Talk to you later.
Thanks for calling in.
See you, Scott. Bye.
See ya.
All right, maybe I got his name. Scott or Gregory?
His name is Gregory Scott. So
but he goes by Scott. Okay.
Yeah, it comes up on his phone.
Well, that's got to feel pretty good. You got somebody down in Florida calling you back saying, man, I wish I was here.
He's been on our website numerous times.
Yeah.
I remember him working for WMMG and stuff. It's been a while now, but it's so funny. A gentleman that he's on the Hardin County Fair Board now. His name's Greg Milby. He is actually a part of Heartland Communications, and he actually called the other day and said, hey, what do you need me to help you with? Any social media stuff, anything I can do for you? We can make it work out. And he said, I cut my teeth broadcasting the demo derby at the Meade County Fair.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of connections to this fair. So,
well, very good. We're very blessed to have the opportunity to do this for you and broadcast it so that people know what's going on. What's the big thing that you want them to know today before you've got to get after it?
It's warm. Please come. If you come, hydrate, try to get in the shade where you come. We still think it's going to be, once the sun sets, it's a lot cooler than yesterday.
Yeah.
So it's just warm. It's July, this part of it. So just do our best, come out, enjoy it. If there's something we need to do for you, just come to the window and tell us. And guys, again, I appreciate all you've done, and
thank you, David, for
Thanks,
giving us the
David.
time and the opportunity. We love this, and we love being a part of it. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank
we'll
you.
work on all that other for next year.
Yes, sir.
All
Maybe
right.
we could do that. That'd be
All right,
awesome.
thanks, David.
See you.
Thanks, David.
Hey, everybody, we are going to sign off from the Meade County Fair. This is our last segment that we're going to do this week. Stay tuned for us with us next week. We're going to be at Fancy Farm. We're going to be broadcasting live from there, showing you all the action of the political rally that happens there. Don't miss it.
Are we doing Thursday night before to recap the county fair?
I was going to ask you that. I didn't know if you wanted to do
Entirely
that.
up to you.
Well, you know what? I'm going to say I
Stay
wasn't planning on it,
tuned.
but stay tuned. We'll figure it out for you, okay?
You guys have a great night. Have a
Thanks.
great weekend at
Come
the fair.
down to the fair. If you're